Well, it looks like the Ripple excitement is everywhere. As it says here, Ripple forms a God candle as it becomes the world's third largest cryptocurrency, valued at almost $140 billion. And based on where this chart is going, there's no telling when this thing is going to slow down. And then you factor in WisdomTree just applied to launch an XRP fund that could be the first of its kind. And then you have well-respected analysts suggesting that there's going to be unbelievable all-time highs for XRP in the days ahead. So definitely, this is something worth talking about. Let's do that. All right, so I wanted to take a quick minute to share my thoughts in reference to the excitement around the Ripple ledger and how, based upon all the price action, we haven't seen nothing yet. And so clearly the system is being geared up for a transition, and it looks like XRP is at the center of it after all. And while on one end that's very promising, I myself am still very skeptical on the other end as to how all this will unfold later down the line after the entire cryptocurrency market goes through a transition and the legacy financial system is slowly molded into the new traditional financial blockchain network that Wall Street will definitely be running. But anyway, before we move any further, if you guys are interested to hear more of these little quick takes, definitely hit the thumbs up button, show your support for the channel. More importantly, drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this, as well as feel free to share any other projects that you might think that have value along with Ripple, Bitcoin, or anything else, because I definitely like to find out and learn from you guys as well. And then if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you'll always stay informed when I drop these little quick takes. But let's jump right in. So here we are right now on the screen. And as of right now, at the time of this recording, Ripple is at $2.44. And over the last month, ultimately since November 5th, when Donald Trump won the presidential elections, we've seen a 376% increase in Ripple amongst other cryptocurrencies. But what's different about Ripple is the fact that it is climbing up the charts very fast from all the international attention that it's getting and the use case of this particular ledger. So as we can see over my shoulder here, we're not quite yet to all-time highs that we saw back in 2018 when the price got up to over $3 per coin. But then again, that price action from that time frame was short-lived, and what's going on now might be something that we see carry on for quite some time as it continues to surge well beyond the $3 mark, perhaps at the beginning of 2025. So the big question is, why now? What's going on? What's different? And what's driving this price action? On one side, a lot of it has to do with the speculation of the Trump team that's being put in place right now in preparation for next year, where they pass more economically friendly and financially beneficial crypto regulations for the US as well as its citizens. But on the other side of that, Ripple was already a project that was well used by a lot of governments already, and in particular out in Asia. But it looks like there's rumors of the Ripple ledger being used here for a stablecoin, which would definitely change the game. So here we have on the screen here one of the primary drivers that might be behind the current surge of Ripple's price action right now. It says, is Ripple's RL stablecoin close to getting the New York Department of Financial Services approval? Rumors float amidst XRP surge. And real quickly, let's thumb through it and find out what exactly is going on here. As you can see here, it says Ripple stablecoin is reportedly on the brink of receiving approval by the New York Department of Financial Services. Interestingly, this approval could come as soon as next week ahead of its anticipated launch on the 4th of December of 2024. It says, according to Fox News report dated at the end of last month, the potential green light from the NYDFS could mark a pivotal moment for Ripple. It says the news of the potential approval has already had a notable impact on Ripple, as it's climbed from $1.45 on November 28th up to $1.88 by the end of that day. So I think one of the major use cases for the Ripple ledger is the fact that it's extremely efficient, fast, and thoroughly tested, which separates it from the pack from all the other cryptocurrencies. So here it says Ripple, a critical player in partnership with major exchanges like Bitstamp, MoonPay, and 𝗙𝗢𝗟. And then you have a quote here from someone sharing some of his thoughts and analysis on what's going on. It says XRP 1,000 times faster and 1,000 times cheaper than Bitcoin when paired with Ripple's soon-to-be released RLUSD Stablecoin, a tool our U.S. Treasury recently deemed a vital liquidity product backed by the U.S. Treasury bills. And so there in and of itself, with all that information there, that gives a very great use case for the Ripple ledger, as it's been tried and tested for quite some time now. But the biggest benefactor of the ledger could end up being the United States government, as they use it as a part of the rebranding process to issue a potential USD stablecoin that would eventually be an alternative to go along with the current Federal Reserve-led infrastructure, whether it be the Federal Reserve note or the commercial banks ledgers, where majority of people's funds are located at when it comes to their checking and savings account. And so this is potentially the catalyst for the public and private merger and rebranding the current financial structure that I've been talking about for quite some time now. But now the XRP is getting all its attention, it looks like Wall Street wants in action. And so here we have an article from Forbes that came out today as well that says, immense potential, Ripple suddenly braced for an XRP ETF earthquake after price explosion to rival Bitcoin and Ethereum. And to give you an idea of what's going on here, it says XRP briefly becoming the world's third largest cryptocurrency behind Bitcoin and Ethereum due to its 400% price rally over the last month. It's now approaching 2017 bull run all-time high after a leak revealed a shock December launch is planned. It goes on to say, now as Elon Musk quietly confirmed a crypto market game changer, Wall Street is pushing for Ripple's XRP to win a spot exchange traded fund following the footsteps of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and scored their own spot ETFs earlier this year. Then it says ETF giant 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗜𝗓𝗓 has joined Bitwise and Canary Capital filing to create an XRP spot ETF with the Bank of New York Mellon serving as administrator for the proposed trust. And as always, whenever you have one of the majorly important banks getting behind one of the ETFs, it's good to say it's going to be approved pretty soon. Therefore, the FOMO will definitely intensify as we head in towards the end of the year. And what's definitely going to play a major difference in this price action is the fact that XRP has a max supply of over 100 billion XRP, of which as of now, 57 billion of those are actually floating right now and available for purchase. And out of that max supply of it looks like 99.99% of them have already been mined and sitting in wallets. More than that additional 42 billion might be sitting in Ripple's treasury for investment sake. And so ultimately what that means is it's somewhat limited supply. Will be another reason why demand is also going to increase, because every single Ripple coin that's available will be of value, and therefore, according to supply and demand, the only way to get your hands on them is to bid the price higher so that you end up paying more for it. The next question is, how high could this price actually go? And according to Peter Brandt, his new XRP price prediction suggested an unbelievable all-time high. And to save you some of the suspense here, basically he says XRP to $24 based upon his technical analysis. And so it says here, Peter Brandt, who is considered a trading legend and has been active on the financial markets for almost 50 years, was not left out. It says earlier, Brandt expressed skepticism about XRP, but his new price outlook for the popular cryptocurrency looks incredibly positive. Here you have a little chart here from his X account of him drawing up some things on his charts. And then he goes on to say, thus, the expert trader has published a price chart of XRP on which he predicted his vision, in particular noting how the price of the token broke through the dynamic resistance at the level of 92 cents and then rushed upward. And so looking at Brandt's chart, we can assume that the trader expects that his breakout could result in the price of XRP rising as high as $24 per coin. And then it goes on to say, this seems unrealistic considering that XRP would then have to have a market capitalization of nearly $1.3 trillion. He said this will make XRP the 8th largest entity in the world, pushing Tesla out of the global rankings. So the question is that possible? Based upon the fact that we haven't seen nothing yet in reference to how the government will respond after the next event that occurs, whether it be some type of banking event, some type of war or whatever. Once the monetary is cut on from DC, it's good to say that a lot of that currency that will be created at that time will definitely find a way into the crypto space. As I've always said before, I anticipate at least a minimum of $10 trillion making its way out of DC. And of course, they got to find somewhere to rest. And they clearly preferred to go to crypto rather than to gold and silver. So yes, it is possible for $1.37 trillion market cap for Ripple, especially if it's going to be used as an asset for the United States government when it comes to helping them issue more debt on a blockchain that prolongs the life of the Federal Reserve note system. So once again, just want to take a quick minute, share my thoughts, as well as some possible price analysis based upon Peter Brandt's forecasting here. But anyway, curious to get your thoughts on this matter. Is XRP something that excites you? And then also, what else are you guys keeping your eyes on? Curious to find out. If you found value, hit that thumbs up, drop a comment, and make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for the next update. It's coming very soon. Catch you later.